Back with the action taking place in Doha, Qatar. Apparatus finals. Terry Gannon, Nastia Lukin, Tim Daggett with you in the final day. So we move on from the men's vault to the women's beam. Simone Biles in action. Overall, she's got it up to 18 in terms of medals at the World Championships. Working out with 20. She can obviously tie that with her effort today in Doha. 4 medals so far. But they go to the beam. And there have been some struggles there, Nastia.
There have. And, you know, I think if she can stay on the beam today, the gold medal is hers. You see right here at the Rio Olympics just a few years ago, the only gold medal she didn't win in the event finals and every competition that she competed in. Won the bronze medal, of course, here. Put her hands down.
It's a half of a point when you do that. And then once again, team finals. She has to grab the beam. She's capable of, you know, gigantic number, as Nastia said. If she goes cleanly, I think she's impossible to beat, but the problems continued. And in the all-around, you know, shocking. It was shocking on vault, and then shocking on beam as well to see Simone Biles come off the beam.
The start list for the beam final. Simone Biles will start it off, and then Ellie Black all the way down. Derweil has already had a big week from Belgium. And Kara Eker also, who is so good in this particular event. So you got 2 Americans out there competing here in this apparatus final. Americans in the stands as well, cheering them on.
There's the high performance coordinator right there, Tom Forrester. The analogous position of Marta Caroli for the last decade or so.
The introduction and the walkout. And Simone Biles, a couple of beam world titles. You got the smile, the wink, the confidence.
And I think it's actually really good for her that she's going up first. She's just gonna, you know, set the table right there.
You know, we talked about this earlier in the week, and I think what she's most disappointed with, you know, of course she has won medal after medal after medal here, but it truly is about the performance, not necessarily that outcome. Of course she wants to end up on top, but, you know, she even said, we hold ourselves to high expectations every time we step on that mat. Even when we do have mistakes, you can see us getting a little bit upset.
Yeah, she can win a gold medal and she can be upset, absolutely. You know, people have a hard time, some people have a very hard time understanding that, but, you know, that's why she's so great, because she never settles. She always wants to be bigger, stronger, better.
And exactly, and she said she wants to have her personal best performance rather than what's on that scoreboard.
How about Kara Eker, the 15-year-old who's been so good and competing at her first Worlds in Doha.
Oh, and she's absolutely stunning on the balance beam. The sole reason why she is on this World Championship team for Team USA. And there you saw the reigning Olympic champion on the balance beam.
Sane Wavers.
Just as stunning.
Yes.
It's gonna be a great balance beam final. You know what I love so much? This is nice.
Yeah.
A new addition. I like it.
I've not seen that.
What I really like so much about this balance beam final is you are going to see it all, from Simone to Kara to the different techniques, the different skills. You go from power, and then you go to grace and beauty and a little bit in between. It truly is everything, and we're going to see a little bit of it all today.
Youth to experience to the greatest ever, and there's
Absolutely.
the lineup once again. And Wavers, you mentioned, the 27-year-old from the Netherlands will go 7th. Gold medalist on beam in 2016 in Rio. And we'll take you back to that moment and that performance in Rio.
And talk about stunning. Really, it was a very different routine than I think a lot of people were used to seeing. Doesn't have those skills like we'll see from Simone, but what she does have is the beautiful artistry, the lines, the grace, the technique. Look at her eyeing that beam. Perfect.
Awesome. And what she's known for are skills like this. A triple turn. I first saw Betty Aquino do that a long time ago.
So you walk up the stairs, you get ready to compete, and if you're Simone Biles, you're looking to make history once again today. Chance for 5 gold medals at one world championship.
You know, and I mentioned this yesterday in the uneven bar finals, but there's no 30-second touch. So they walked out into the arena, and she is actually first up, no warm-up. Of course, they've warmed up in the back gym in the training room, but in the event finals, it's a little bit different. I personally, I don't like this rule, you know, to be able to go out there. The equipment feels different in every single gym, every single piece of apparatus that you're going to train or compete on. It's got a little bit of a different feeling. So really, for safety reasons, I prefer to be able to have that chance to have that 30-second touch.
Now, it's old school and new photography.
Yes.
The old camera and now the phone.
Yep, absolutely.
She has won 4 gold medals. The World Championships in 2014, 15, and 16. Others have done it, but now she looks for 5. And to win 6 medals all around. Here we go.
1 on every event. And the team, of course. She does this great. So much power. And she's had 2 different elements that have given her problems. The one where she came off the balance beam in total is right here. Front flip with a half turn. And that was close. Did not grab the beam, though, which makes it a less deducted element.
Difficult series. 3 skills in a row. Back handspring, back layout, back layout. Perfect.
Oh, boy. And that's a broken connection right there. And another wobble. We talked about it earlier. The level of fatigue. That was the other element she has struggled on. Grabbed the beam on that in an earlier competition, but she competed all around in the qualifying, then in the team final, then in the all-around final. Both events yesterday and both events today. Big dismount. Really hard. Full twisting double.
And, you know, she stayed on, but I guarantee she is not going to be thrilled with that performance. Again, we're being so critical.
Yeah, but so is she. You saw the shake of the head.
Absolutely.
Her new coach, Laurent Landy, since her comeback from Rio, 3 times around, does that great. But watch right here, and that right hand was dangerously close to touching that beam. Didn't, though.
But that was beautiful. What makes that so difficult? 3 elements in a row. The last 2, of course, without any hands.
Just that front flip, but she does it with legs straight. A new skill for her.
But this dismount, 2 back handsprings into a full twisting double back. Not many people in the world can even perform this successfully, but nobody can do it the way she does it. So much height in the air, so much power.
Look, it's her level. It's her standard. Nobody else is there. The demands, the expectations that she places on herself. So you remember that big smile off of what was not even a gold medal on the uneven bars? Now, kind of the glare. There's the smile.
I think she didn't say this, but she wanted the bar medal the most from these world championships. But I think she also wanted the beam gold because she had that in Rio. If she hadn't grabbed the beam,
And she's the first of the 8 to go. So you got a full field still to come. 13.6 is the number, and she just stares.
Wow. And they were very strict on her. That number is nowhere near what the top athletes. She had a 14.8 in qualifying. You have to go all the way down to 5th place qualifying to be in the 13s.
Yeah. So here is Ellie Black, and the opportunity is there for the 23-year-old from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Fought for that connection. Double turn, as I've said before, that those are so much more difficult than they look. We'll see them from Sane Wavers as well, even more intricate.
Beautiful back layout. The judges really looking for your hips to be completely open the whole way around.
She was a little off on that side flip, but I'll tell you, those feet and toes, boy, do they squeeze that beam. Double pike and a very solid routine.
Jimmy, think about those numbers in comparison. In qualifying, Ellie Black, 13.733, and she qualified 7th. That's a higher number than we just saw.
Yeah, I don't think Simone Biles is going to get a medal on beam.
Man.
Yeah.
Which would be shocking.
Yes, it would. You know, she didn't grab the beam on that skill, but it was a very big error. But watch, 3 leaps in a row. And she is a little off on this, I would say, but she actually pulled off the 3rd one. And this
was beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. See her hips completely open, her chest up. Of course, in real time, even better.
Yes.
But the judges really have been so strict with the execution. I feel like I've just kept saying this over and over again. Beautiful dismount, double pike. Knees completely straight all the way around. Just a small hop forward. But looking back at Simone's score, her execution score, a 7.4. A fall is worth an entire point. She didn't even fall, but just had a few too many, big wobbles.
Yeah, Simone has never seen a 7 execution score when she stayed on the apparatus. So as you mentioned, Terry, you see that qualification score, 13.733. It was a solid routine. That is more than what we just saw from Simone.
But we'll see if the judges continue to be as strict, as discerning as they have been. As they sit almost side by side. 2 that have gone now. And Ellie came in 4th in vault last year, 2nd in the all-around, 8th in the beam at the World Championships. Really a breakout year.
Yeah, she has not had that kind of dream competition like she did in Montreal last year at the Worlds. She's very respectable and certainly, kind of the anchor of Canada.
13.033, and in 2nd place behind Simone Biles.
And you see her difficulty score was only a 4.8, so add on 10 points for the execution. Maximum score 14.8, whereas Simone's was a 16.2.
So the 3rd one to go, the 17-year-old from Shanghai, China, Zhang Jin, who had a qualifying score that was 3rd best, 14.1. Her World Championships debut in Doha.
Beautiful position on that first leap. Really big test right here. Oh, boy. Just absolutely stunning piece of gymnastics. But you come off the beam, it doesn't matter how beautiful it was. Full point off. Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah.
And really, most likely just a little rattled after that first fall. That skill that she just fell off of. A lot easier than the first one. Of course, difficult because she did lose sight of the beam by looking back up, but really not as difficult as the other skills. That's unfortunate.
Tough way to go in your first effort at the World Championships. Did see her in the team, no all-around final though, and then came down to this and a big-time struggle for Zhang Jin, the 17-year-old. So surprising balance beam event so far, and running the gamut of emotions for Simone Biles, starting with a huge smile. We've seen that so many times, but the errors, frustration, and in the end, just the glare and maybe some anger and holding on at the top for the moment. Well, there might be a medal for Simone Biles by the end of this, because it's been a struggle here. And Zhang Jin in third with a number of 11.5 as we get set now for Nina Derweil from Belgium. How good was she on the uneven bars?
Unbelievably great. One of the trickiest exercises ever performed. You know, with the struggles so far from Simone and the falls, you know, those medals are somewhat up for grabs.
Most likely was trying to connect these last two elements in a row and a little off on the first one, even more so on that second, a side semi. But just gorgeous lines.
Very nicely done. In qualifying, her maximum score was a 15.2. It's always possible that the gymnasts coming into an event finals decide to put something else in or try to connect another element. Dismount, gain her back with a full twist, hop on the landing.
So you go back to qualifying, she qualified 6th, and that number in the 13.7 range, and the same basically for the all-around final. Right now the lead at 13.6 for Simone Biles.
And here's that mount. So she does a round off onto the board and a back layout. Really a difficult mount. We talked about it, I think, earlier in the week, but choosing to do a more difficult mount makes it definitely more risky, but just stunning.
Absolutely. A little bit off there, as you can see, a shimmy on the beam, and then the leg goes up.
Beautiful tough spins. She had
These are called wolf turns.
I've not always been a fan of this skill, but because it is valued so high, you'll see so many of the athletes do it, and sometimes even more than once in the routine, a triple and a double turn. You can't repeat the same element twice.
So close close to a medal.
You just don't like how it looks?
Yes, I don't know. I don't think it's a pleasantly looking skill.
Yeah, there are a lot of gymnastics folks that want to see it banned. I don't know if they'll do that, but my guess is they'll probably devalue it.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't. But.
13.466. So Simone Biles is still the leader.
Wow.
Nina Derweil into second place.
And so we've got 4 remaining at this point in time.
Including an American, Kara Eaker. She'll be next after the competitor from Canada, Anna Padurairiju, the 16-year-old from Whitby, Ontario.
Qualified in the 5th spot. You know, at the World Championships last year, balance beam, the execution scoring was brutal. Many gymnasts, coaches were just blown away at how critical they were. Great combination.
So difficult, but absolutely beautiful.
You love to see this. No holding back, though.
Absolutely. Really, the last 3 split elements, I've noticed that back leg just a little low. Judges, as you see, are looking for complete 180 degrees or more.
Ooh.
Got there.
Yeah. But for her, I mean, absolutely, that was a great exercise.
And in the qualifying, she scored a 13.966.
Canadians celebrating. Padurairiju with that qualification number, but the judges, they've been harsher here in the actual event final.
They have been harsher in the event finals. Without question, it's a different set of judges. She scored a 7.866 execution score in the qualifying rounds.
Coming back off a broken foot, got back to competition in May at the Canadian Championships and looking for a medal here at the World Championships. We'll get that number, and then it's Kara Eaker next. Anna Padurairiju from Canada. Look at the number into first place, 14.1.
That is a very big moment for her.
Ahead of Simone Biles. And there's the smile. So, it is a surprising result so far here in the balance beam final for the women. Canada, the U.S., Belgium, and you've got 3 more to go, including an athlete from the U.S. who will go next, Kara Eaker, and this is her specialty. And guys, a teenager, 15, she's consistently been just behind Simone Biles in qualifying here, the national championships. Now with the struggles for Biles, she has an opportunity. She could actually not only medal, but win this thing.
She can. She had the 2nd highest score in the qualification. Beautiful mount here. And right off the bat.
Gosh.
Wow.
Disastrous start.
You know, as I was saying earlier, the mount is, you're not required to do something so difficult. Some gymnasts, myself included, I always like to stick with something just a little bit more safe. Get yourself on the beam, especially when you're so nervous. That first skill, your nerves are extremely high.
Yeah, it's gorgeous when it works, though.
Absolutely.
Big tumbling sequence here. And I would say that that was perfectly on. That was just second-guessing herself a little bit. Love how she does that. Great combination.
And really, the routine is so stunning. When she doesn't have mistakes or wobbles, the whole entire thing just flows as if there's choreography even in between the skills, in between the dance moves. It's a continuous motion throughout the entire routine. Which you rarely see on balance beam today, that's for sure. Round off back handspring, 2.5 twist. You hear that second bell over time. The first one giving you a 10-second warning, the second one over time, so she will have deduction for that as well.
There's got to be pride in getting through the rest of that routine after the way it started, because it takes something to do that. Oh. But what a way to start.
She certainly gave it everything she had. Just a little slip on the mountain.
Yeah.
And here is that mountain. The big
Beautiful
switch,
and then
slightly off spot.
she fights to stay on, but
Tried as hard as she could to stay on.
just not gonna happen.
Split spin.
You know, the rest of the routine, minus the 3-element combination that she had, really was so stunning. And I think that's the hardest part, is especially when you fall so early on in your routine, to get back up there, to try to turn that page. And here's that combo pass I was talking about. You see, really, she landed totally fine. As you said, Tim, maybe just second-guessed herself a little bit. Round off back handspring, 2.5 twist, a tumbling pass that you normally see on the floor.
But as you mentioned, Nastia, she's over-timed, went past the limit, and she'll get a deduction for that.
It's a cliche, and it's overused, but it applies. It's a learning experience. I mean, you come in, you're 15, you go to the World Championships, and you don't really have an idea of the pressure that you're going to be under and the atmosphere there at Worlds.
Well, you know, and I have to say, when you're selected for a team for solely one event, the pressure is even more. You know, you might think like, oh, it's less pressure because you're only doing one event. But I can tell you from experience, my one World Championships, I was injured, only competed the uneven bars, and I had never felt more pressure in my entire life doing that one bar routine than any other competition.
And now you've got the camera about 2 feet from
It's not fun.
No.
Yep. Once again, her mount where right off the bat it went bad. She's had such a tremendous year, though. I'll tell you what, though, when you're in the position first time around, and you cannot just get onto the podium, but you have a good shot to win. You know, if you hit, you can do that. I mean, and, you know, we talk about pressure all the time, but you never know. Maybe she was just a little bit off. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't pressure.
Yeah.
Judges are calculating both the difficulty score and the execution.
Kara Eaker with the struggles on beam and the struggles with the weight now. The weight, first of all the way through. They've been here some time at the World Championships, and you wait for that.
The final.
Yes. And now for the numbers, 12.833 in 5th place. That is a major disappointment.
The provisional podium remains unchanged.
So 2 competitors left, and it is time for the 27-year-old from the Netherlands, Sanne Wevers, who is the only woman in Rio to win gold over Simone Biles. Here's the reigning Olympic gold medalist on beam.
A very different style. We have not seen this from anybody. What she's about to do, a lot of her difficulty comes from turning elements. She'll also do that round off onto the board, back handspring, step out. Solid. So difficult. That double turn with leg at horizontal. And
wow.
oh my goodness.
It has been a struggle throughout this final on beam.
So that means Simone Biles, by my estimation, could come home with a medal.
Got a chance at least. You got one more to go.
She has one more major turning sequence, 3 elements in a row. Very difficult. There's 1, 2, and now a double turn.
Ugh, just absolutely stunning.
Especially after, having a little bit of a struggle earlier. Dismount. Oh, that was great, though. Not my favorite, but she did it well.
Been difficult just to stay on the beam here in the final. Sanne Wevers, who you come in and you know in your mind at this point you're thinking, oh my gosh, Simone Biles has struggled. She doesn't even have the lead. I know I can win this. This is mine to win or lose. And then you don't come through.
Yeah, not just Simone falling, but Kara Eaker. Believe me, everybody throughout the world has seen Kara do gorgeous routines right off the top. Yikes. A good fight, but the way they have been judging so far, that mistake right there, and then coming off the beam.
And really it was the first skill. So it was a side aerial immediately into the back handspring. And she was completely off, still went for the connection, tried to save it. That skill, gorgeous. Full twisting back handspring.
So Gaynor back layout with a full. She did this at the Olympics as well. Little bit of a pike, as you can see, a little bit more than a little, but she does what she needs to. She sticks the landing.
This is a team that focuses on wonderful artistry.
It's a familiar look so far. Those who have competed in beam.
Yeah, and she's going to get a medal. How about that?
It's tough. You work your whole, basically any sport, whether it's the NFL, the Super Bowl, the NBA, the NHL, whatever it is that you do, work all season long for this moment. And you have done this routine thousands and thousands and thousands of times, and it just takes one more. And that's why you see so much frustration.
Another opportunity to see the Acro series on the big screen. With the aerial.
There's the major mistake. So as we started this final, I don't think many had Anna Padurai-Rieu in the pool to win the gold.
No, I don't think so. Probably not her either.
You're right.
That's the thing about it.
But that's also the thing. When you make an event final and you see that
12-6, 6-6, and down in 6th for the Olympic champ. So Simone Biles is going to win a medal.
Absolutely.
Going to make it.
But what I was saying is, when you make an event finals, especially if it's the balance beam, you're good enough, right, to be at least in the top 8. All you can do is do your best performance, and that is exactly what she did. She can't control the judges. She can't control anything. Might end up with the gold medal.
Padurai-Rieu on top, and she's got only one more routine to watch. And from the 18-year-old from Guangdong, China, Liu Tingting.
Qualified in 8th place with a 13.733. The Chinese are just beautiful on the balance beam and on the uneven bars.
This is different and really hard. Front handspring into a front. Nicely done. Very nice. Great position. Wow, this is a great routine. Has a very high maximum score. From the preliminaries, it was a 16.0. And let's see, we heard that sound. I believe she was overtimed in qualifying as well. Didn't hear it, right?
Nope.
But very, by this competition standard, somewhat easy dismount, just a double full, but it's okay.
It's not a deduction.
Nope.
Coming in from qualification in 7th place.
7th at the World Championships last year on balance beam. Coming in with that qualifying score, it's hard to read what that means here. They've been harsh, the judges, but there have been so many mistakes.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. My guess is she's going to be a lot higher than 7th.
Yeah, I can't imagine that she's going to not win a medal with this performance. It was an absolutely beautiful routine while on the beam. Yes, the dismount takes it away for myself and for you, Nastia. You don't really like that, but from a judging perspective, they can't do anything about it, you know? And
it's the rules they created.
Yes, she has some just beautiful skills that she does.
So only 2 twists around, a very, very simple double full, as opposed to, we saw a lot of triple twist, even 2.5s and double flips as well. But as we said, it's not a deduction. You know, for her, if she has enough difficulty throughout the rest of the routine and doesn't need necessarily a harder dismount, then I guess why not go for the easier and try to stick that landing?
Yeah, 2 of those who would be on the podium there with the hug and the smile. Paderewalju and Derweil, Simone Biles between them in 2nd.
But if she gets more than 2 points off in execution, I got to go
right.
take the course again, because I don't get it.
I really don't either.
Another opportunity to see Liu Ting.
Is this the winning
It very well could be.
routine?
Yeah, like I said, she had, you know, a 6.0, so a maximum of 16.0.
In the judges' hands at this point. She's done everything she can do.
Wow.
She sure has done everything she could do. That's a gold medal performance. 14.533. Liu Ting of China wins it on beam.
Yeah, they got that right, I'll tell you. She still had a much lower execution score than I can fathom, but wow.
How about those top 2 finishers? Liu, who is 18, just her 2nd trip to the World Championship. She was 7th last year. And Anna Paderewalju, who came in, qualified in 5th, came off an injury. And the 16-year-old from Whitby, Ontario, Canada, captures the silver. All of that ahead of Simone Biles, who does medal in another event.
Another day will be their day.
There's a I can't believe it in there or 2.
Yeah.
Man. And you talk about the pressure of being the last one to go, too, and coming through like that.
Yeah, and she didn't just come through. She did got some more connections that she didn't get in the qualifying, had a 16.3 max potential.
Liu Ting, the teenager, ahead of Paderewalju from Canada. Simone Biles, with the mistakes, able to hang on to capture the bronze medal. So the 6 medals still alive, but that 5 gold medals no longer out there. We'll still see the women a little bit later on floor. Simone Biles, who started with that smile on beam. It didn't stay there, though. She had mistakes and a bit uneasy throughout, angry about the performance and eventually the score, but able to make it to the podium once again. Liu Ting, though, the winner for the women on beam as we continue with our coverage from Doha.